Hello and welcome. I'm Raziel, and so today it's a little bit different, something kind of different, but I think it's kind of something I think is important and kind of proves something I've been saying for a while and something I still hold very true as today. And what we're talking about is Mary Jane Watson, MJ, from Spider Man, is now the host of Venom. Now, this has caused some sort of conversation. It's not quite severe on the internet, MJ is now Venom in the new series written by Ewing. And I've got to say, here's the thing. This kind of shows what I mean. Now, you can be all up in arms about this. You can be like, oh my god, Mary Jane Watson's Venom. Oh no, oh dear, right. And that's the thing. The actual comic itself, or New Venom, is pretty damn good. It's actually a really fun, enjoyable comic. It's not as serious as prior Venoms, like with Eddie Brock or, Flash Thompson. It's a little bit more laid back, a little bit more comical, and, it's very enjoyable. And I like it. And I do actually think it's good. I'm not saying, that is my opinion on it. I think the stories are good. I think Venom's fantastic. Though, to be honest with you, I do prefer the new run of Carnage, which has Eddie Brock. And so what does this mean? See, if you're up in arms about MJ Watson, Mary Jane Watson, whatever, being Venom, and haven't read the new series or new Venom, yeah, that kind of shows how bent the conversation has gotten around comics, that an opinion can be formed over one image. Now, I honestly think Ewing did a fantastic job with this. I think this is one of the best things I've seen come out of Marvel, and more on that later, because I think Marvel's having a little bit of a renaissance when it comes to storytelling. So what he did was he spent 4 issues building the Venom character, making it his own, making it very different from the previous Venom, and he's done a good job with it. So he's showing you the character of Venom and how he is different. But remember, Venom is not MJ, and MJ is not Venom. They are Venom is a parasite to MJ, so they are 2 different characters. So bear that in mind. It's why they tend to use the word "we" a lot. But he did. He built up using the character Venom, and then introduced who the host is. So he's shown that he knows what he's doing when it's writing the character Venom, and he's done a good job of it. So the host could have been anyone, and Venom would still be a very interesting and enjoyable character. And to see it was MJ is quite a twist. Now, the whodunit side, I think, honestly, Marvel kind of jumped the gun on showing this. I know it leaked, and then they sent a press release about it. And the press release basically says that Ewing says he just thought it'd be an interesting challenge for those 2. It'd be a nice dichotomy of who they are and how they are so different from each other. Sort of an odd couple pairing. I could quote it because I do have the press release, but I'm not going to. So, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. I think it's interesting. And like I said, Marvel's going through this, it seems at the moment, a small renaissance of storytelling. And just to be clear, what I am reading and what I have read is the current run of Blade, Daredevil, Unleash Hell, Amazing Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, Venom, or New Venom, and Carnage. Those are the Marvel ones I'm reading at the moment. I think that's all of them. Yeah. And all the stories of what I've just mentioned are very, very good. They're fantastic. To the point, I will say that The Incredible Hulk at the moment is one of my favourite horror comics. Now, yeah, that's not me being silly. I'm not making a joke there. The Incredible Hulk right now is Werewolf by Night as well. I'm reading Werewolf by Night, which is also very, very good. And yeah, so we have this new take on the Incredible Hulk where it's a horror, not the usual Hulk smash. It is absolutely horrific. It is gory, devastatingly nasty, and it's a fun, enjoyable horror comic. In the last episode, Norg, I hope I got his name right, stole someone's skin. And yeah, we're not saying like he, shape-shifted, pretend. No, he literally stole skin. And you saw him wearing it, this little small imp thing, wearing this 4-person skin, and it's like, bleh, it's ripping off. It's literally like just hanging loose on him. It's horrific. And then when we see the Incredible Hulk turn into Banner, it's like the Hulk melts. It's not a pretty image, as it used to be him just sort of like shrinking. It's like the Hulk's melting off him. It's absolutely nasty. But the story's very good, and it shows that when Marvel really puts their mind to it and can create a good story, they can do it. Same with Blade, it's fantastic. And the Amazing Spider-Man. At the moment, it's the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. Again, it's an interesting story. Spider-Man has the power of Sirotech. He's one of the scions of Sirotech, you know, the guy who gives... I think I pronounced his name wrong. Anyway, the guy who gives Juggernaut his powers. Spider-Man now has some of his power. And we just had an issue, which was absolutely fantastic. I don't feel it was amazingly well written. That Phil Coulson, I should say, the ex-SHIELD agent, is now holding the Death Stone, the Infinity Stone of Death as a new stone. And he showed Spider-Man. No, he didn't show Spider-Man. Sorry, one of the other scions, a female, I forgot her name, gave Spider-Man his orb for a challenge, and he had to hold on to as long as he could. And Spider-Man was literally shown how meaningless it was for him to save people's lives, saying, "Hey, look, everyone's going to die eventually," and he was showing all the people he couldn't save or he didn't save, loved ones, Aunt May, amount of times Mary Jane has died, etc. And we saw this complete change in Spider-Man, where he suddenly realised that, yeah, people are going to die and he can't save everyone, and he feels like it's a pointless waste of time. He's become nihilistic on it. And the thing is, Spider-Man, and the reason, Phil Coulson as Death has said, like, we choose you because even in spite of the amount of people you've seen die, the amount of hurt you've suffered throughout the years, you're still this cheeky, chappy, happy dude who, he always has a quip. That's what made Spider-Man unique. It doesn't matter how much he hurt, he always tried to be cheerful and make people smile, and that was a positive thing. But after seeing this, after seeing all the people he failed to save, all the people who died eventually, just of old age, it broke him, and we see in this new part of Spider-Man where he couldn't be this cheeky chap anymore. And again, it was interesting to see this. And like I said, Marvel's having a renaissance of storytelling, and they're actually focusing on telling a good story. And I think this is fantastic, and I think it's a good move for Marvel Comics. I haven't read much DC lately, but I have been reading a lot more Marvel. Like I said, I've told you once I've said. Werewolf by Night, another great horror comic. Blade, fantastic. Daredevil, Unleash Hell. Now, this is an interesting one because this shows you the kind of difference between then and now. During the Venom War, Daredevil, Elektra is Daredevil still, and this is like 100 men can beat him, but I'm not a man. That sounded so forced. It was ridiculous. It was honestly, better would have been, I'm not a man. 100 men can't defeat this guy. Yeah, but I'm Elektra, so sod that. But no, they did the whole I'm not a man thing. I'm a woman. Blah. And yeah, it was jarring. But now in the new Elite, it's completely different. She is an absolute badass without saying, "Oh, I'm a woman." And this, they've put the story of Elektra being Daredevil during Unleash Hell first. She's fighting Muse, and again, this is one of the Red Banner ones, and it's again a fantastic story. And you're seeing her go through this, and actually being a badass without telling everyone she's a strong woman all the time. And now Marvel, like I said, Marvel are putting the story first. It's showing so much in their writing and how much better it has become over the past couple of months. When I say past couple of months, I mean about last 6 months. Yeah, I don't just jump into things. I sort of wait and, draw a conclusion quite after a long while. Unleashed has been 3 months. Incredible Hulk has been the last 6 months. So you can take whatever you say from this. And All New Venom's now in its 5th month now. So Marvel getting a bit of a renaissance is great, and honestly, I don't think anything's worth worrying about. I'm not worried about the MJ thing because All New Venom's really good, and I can hopefully get better and only continue to get better. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different from usual, and I'll see you all again soon. If you wish to save money on wargaming, there is, of course, Wayland Games down below, but this being a comic video rather than a wargaming video, a little bit different, there's Forbidden Planet for all your comic needs. Go check them out. They have some great deals on books and comics and even toys. There is also my merchandise and my comic down below as well. There's Skyforge, don't forget Skyforge. And finally, Patreon because business. Bye-bye.